peeps! Hi. I got a new phone, so I hope this sounds good and is clear and everything. Excuse the mess. I'm going to make hot process soap today. I have a lot of soap to make. This is for a special order, so I'm just making a double batch. Hot process is cooked in a crock pot. Doesn't take very long. You pretty much put it in there and let it go. And when it's done, you stir it up, add fragrance, color, and put it in a mold. It's really simple. I have oil heaters, so my oil is always mixed, always ready to go. The oil heaters will keep it at a certain temperature that I want it at. This is just warm. It's not super hot or anything. And my lye is already mixed up, and we're going to go. I haven't done any videos lately because I've been making liquid soap. I got a new soap recipe, and I'll actually do a video so you can watch how fast I make liquid soap. It's like 15 minutes. It's crazy. And I can fragrance it with any fragrance. It's wonderful. I'm so excited about it. I can't get over how awesome it is. Anyway, excuse the outside of my crock pot because you can't put these in and wash them. So it's usually got soap all over it. Anyway, here's my oils. Oh, and I do have goat milk I'm going to add to it also. I don't dissolve my lye in goat milk because it burns. And I don't want to burn it. And I don't know if this helps, but I've been doing it this way for the longest time. And I don't get a weird smell, because sometimes you'll get a weird smell if the goat milk burns. Because lye gets so hot. I mean, super, super hot. So, give me a second. I'm going to run off camera. I forgot the goat milk. It's actually in the microwave because it was frozen. So, and I just need 3 ounces. Not much. But what I do is discount my water that I use for the lye. And I put the goat milk in the oils. Now I know that may sound strange, but it works. And you don't get that burn smell, almost like an ammonia smell. It's wonderful. All right. Now, I always mix it up. I know, it's milk and oil, and it shouldn't mix, right? But it does kind of, it emulsifies it. Oh, almost forgot. Okay, I'm doing this weird too. This isn't how you normally do it. Oops. When I put titanium dioxide in it, this is the kind you're supposed to dissolve in water. I know this. I don't want extra water in here because I need this to dry quickly because it's for an order. So I just count my water and everything. I don't want extra water. So, this is going to turn my soap white. And the reason I use it is because the oils and butters I use leave my soap kind of a beige color or golden color naturally. Which is, it doesn't hurt anything, but if you want to make pretty colors and swirls and stuff, it looks really good in white. So, yes, I know, putting it in the oil. I know. It's not supposed to mix in, but it does. It really does. And I've been doing it this way for years, and it works great. It'll get noisy for a minute. I am going to get one of those phone holders that clips onto the table, and it'll come over and you'll be able to see all the stuff I'm doing. I know this isn't perfect. Okay, I'm going to show you this. This is what it looks like. Yeah, I don't want to pick up my phone. It's all... Can you see that? Can you see how white? Isn't that cool? Yeah, it just mixes right in. It's wonderful. That and the goat milk. Okay. This is so fast and easy. Adding my lye, water, not need to reach trace when you do hot process. What you do have to do is make sure you don't have any oil that's not mixed in. That's it. You can tell it's getting a little thicker, but it's not trace. But that's all you need to do. Honestly, it's so easy. I have a bigger crock pot that I do triple batches in. It takes a little bit of stirring when you go to add the fragrance and the color and stuff. But a triple batch, that's 3 of the big, not big. I don't know how many pounds this is, but it makes 9 bars. And my bars are usually 5 ounces once they dry. So that's a lot of soap. It really is. Anyway, this is ready. I'm going to do something probably most people don't do that make hot process, but I do. I turn it on high. High. I want this baby to cook quick. I don't have time for messing around. Another thing I do, I want the moisture to stay in there because you don't want to try and stir a dry soap and put your fragrance in a soap that's too dry. It just is a pain in the butt. So, plastic wrap. Ooh. Oh, that's on the outside. I must have splashed when I poured. Okay. Stretch it tight. And there's a reason for this too. So make sure it is stretched super tight on there. If you don't get it super tight, do it again. I mean, you can put another piece over it, but I actually do it again, and I'll tell you why. 1 second here. I just got to make sure it's all tucked in. Sometimes it actually burns around the edges. It melts a little bit on this hot crock pot. I don't care. It doesn't have to be, my crock pot doesn't have to be pretty. It does not. I don't care. Okay. You hear that? It's tight. There's a reason it's tight. If your oils are a little too warm and you put hot lye in there, because I don't wait for it to cool down. I don't have time for that either. And you turn it on high, you'll get a volcano. When I say volcano, it will boil right out. So this metal table is really good to have. I've had plenty of volcanoes. I have caught them right smack in the middle of volcanoing, and I've been able to beat it into submission and stir till it goes back down and cools off a little bit. Volcanoes are not fun. You'll lose half your soap. You don't want to do that. So I put this on super tight. Super, super tight. Do not use a lid. I never use a lid because it's not tight enough. You lose a lot of moisture. What happens is once it cooks, if it's going to volcano, this can stop it. Or at least keep it from going out all over the table or the floor. I did have it go on the floor one time. So this can stop it. So I check on it while it's cooking. And if I see that this thing is way up here, I'll come in and I'll beat it down and let it finish cooking. It takes maybe, well, this is just a double batch, so I will check it and see what it looks like at 30 minutes. I don't stir it. I don't do anything until it's done. But there's a way to tell whether or not it's done. So, we're going to try something. The new phone. My other one, I used to try to pause it all the time, and I always shut it off. I want to pause it and see if I can get it to work so that we can come back when it's ready and you can see it. And then I'll show you what it looks like when it's finished cooking, and I'll add the fragrance and the color and mix it all up and throw it in the molds. I have little wire cages that these go in so it doesn't bow out. And then you can see the rest of it. And hopefully that will work. I hope. Okay, keep your fingers crossed that I'm just putting you on pause. I'll be back. Hey, it's cooking. And I didn't shut off the camera. Look, it's not volcanoing. It's all puffed up though because of the heat. I'll get back with you when it's ready. It's not quite done. It's starting to bubble and move. I'll show you in just a little bit. Okay, I'm back. I think it's about done. Look how high it got. It's huge. Anyway, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a little bit out and I'm going to color it. And the reason is because this fragrance has vanilla in it, which turns everything brown. You don't know why people think vanilla should be white, but it's not. If you look at vanilla in a bottle, what you're going to use for cookies or baking, it's brown. So I'm going to take this off. It's super hot. Super hot. I'm going to give it a quick stir. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it looks great. Can you see this? I know it's hard to see. I'm sorry. I will get a new stand so that you can be right over the top of my head. All right, I'm going to take some out so that this little portion that I color does not have fragrance. Therefore, it will stay blue because I'm choosing blue. I'm going to pour the fragrance in here and let it sit for a few minutes while I stir this up. You know what? I forgot my cages for my molds. 1 second. I was not prepared. I'm back. Good thing they were just next door. In the drying room. Okay. I'll put my molds in here. I had stuff on the table because I've been working a lot lately. Making that liquid soap. Oh my gosh. So much fun. I will do a video. Because it's awesome. Alright, now these are ready. Yep. Okay, I mixed up a little bit of pretty blue. Can you, oh, sorry. Can you see how pretty? Look at that blue! Just in a little bit of oil. That little bit of oil actually gives it just a little bit of super fat. We'll discuss super fat probably some other time. I gotta get this going before it dries out. Because I took the covering off. And now I have a blue thumb. See? Blue thumb. And I put that fragrance in there and it's soaking in. I will stir it up, don't worry. But oh my gosh, it smells so good. It is Nag Champa. Nag Champa, I remember from when I was a kid. And that was a name of an incense. And everybody's like, well, what's in Nag Champa? I have no idea. I just know that it reminds me of just days gone by. Because I'm old. Okay. Now this is like bubbling. It is hot. And it does take just a minute to, it's kind of a slimy look to it. It just takes a minute to get it all mixed in. Don't put your face right over it. You would think my muscles would be so much bigger with all the stirring I do. You know what? I opened the front door out there because it's one of those gorgeous fall days. And the other reason is because I can. So, I did. Alright, it's in there. Now, this is what I do with the colored soap. I just dump it in. I don't do anything special. On hot process, it's hard to get a good particular swirl when you're doing hot process. It looks pretty, and it will be, mixed in with pretty color going through it, but it's not like when you do cold process and you can do the fancy swirls. So, just so you know. I didn't want this whole thing to turn blue or anything. I just wanted to swirl through it. And we're just about there. Alright, I think that's about it. Because when I plop it in the mold, you'll see, it, goes here and there. And then hopefully when I cut it, I'll do another quick video to show you what it looks like. If I have time tomorrow to show you. Okay, see this? Isn't it pretty? Plop it in there. I know. No, I'm not going to just blop it in there and then be done. You'll see. You have to, beat it up. Get frustrations out when you're doing this stuff. You really do. Now, I've been doing this for a really long time, so I pretty much eyeball how much to put in here. But I'll slap it up on the scale just to make sure I'm not way off. Okay, this is the fun part. Look at that, it's all nice. See? This is so cool. Said you get out some frustration doing that. Whoops. I do a lot of whoops. Just like that. I just dumped it. Look at this. Oh my gosh. I didn't lose too much. Just a smidge went over the edge. I do this stuff all the time. You would think I'd be better at it by now. No, I'm not. Get down in there because it's starting to cool. That fast it's starting to cool, and I still have that on high. Hot process, once it cools, you are smashing it in the mold, let me tell you. Now this soap is done. When I say done, it is made into soap already. However, to make it a nice soap, not that it's not nice, but to make it a very nice soap, you let it sit for, gosh, usually it's a couple weeks because some of the moisture needs to evaporate out of it still. But technically, it's soap already. Okay. This one started to get a little dry, so I'm going to mush it down a little bit. What that does is to prevent any bubbles and empty spots down here because I was glopping it in. Okay, I'm just going to put them on the scale real quick because I think they're really close. You won't see the scale, it's over here. But you can hear me. Okay. Oh, 91. And the other one is 87, so I wasn't that close. I'm going to take a little scoop out of one and slap it in the other one. It doesn't have to be exact. Because it's going to one customer. She's taking both loaves. She buys these all the time from me. Her family absolutely loves them. They love Nag Champa. Okay. See, I'm 88 on that one. And 90 on that one. So I'm close. I am close. There we go. 89 and 89. How's that? Yeah. Perfect. Okay. Now, I'm going to leave that. I'm not going to mush it down in there because it'll leave a clump. Now, I smushed this around a little when I scooped it out. So I'm just going to take out the little hard pieces. I don't like the hard pieces in there. I like it to be pretty. It's pretty. It's got that blue swirl in there. Now, if it darkens, you'll still see the blue swirl because the blue swirl does not have the fragrance oil in there. So the fragrance won't turn the blue an ugly color. Well, brown isn't ugly. I mean, it looks good on some of them. It really does. You just got to work with it. You know what I mean? That's it. That's hot process. That fast. I didn't even time this one. I was doing other stuff, so I would just peek in and make sure it was okay. Don't forget to turn off the crock pot, because all those little bits and pieces that are left in there, they'll burn. Look. See? Look. See? See the blue? You see the blue? Isn't that pretty? So, this will go in my drying room. It doesn't have to be 24 hours or anything like that. All it has to be is cool. So my drying room is not super cool. Actually, it's kind of warm in there because of the dehumidifier running. But with the dehumidifier running, everything dries better. So as soon as this is cool, I could cut it. I don't think it'll cool down by 6 tonight, but it might. I'll check it. If it does, I'll do a quick little cutting video. If not, I'll cut it tomorrow. Let it sit overnight. And that's it. Now I'll clean up my mess. Actually, I love taking these in the bathroom right now. Taking them in the bathroom and trying them out. Making sure that it bubbles really good. It will. Like I said, it's already soap. Woo! And it's still hot. That's why I wear gloves, because it's hot. But yeah, I make these, and sometimes I go like this, and I make a little soap cookie out of it. And it's nice to have at the sink, you know. But yeah, that's it. Okay. I will see you next time, and hopefully we'll do liquid soap. And that is really cool because it's so fast. It is so wonderful. And, oh, you got to come in and get some liquid soap. All right. See you. Bye.